All right, good morning. Checking. Welcome. Starting in a few minutes. What's up, guys? Good morning. Checking the sound. All right. Good morning. Happy Thursday. Starting in a minute. Hit the like. Maybe it'll help YouTube will spread the word. Welcome. All right. Let's get going. What's up? So, yeah, we're here. Thursday, December 15th. Good morning. Hope I am in good health. I hope so for you. Well, you're 21. You're good, right? I exercised today. I have like exercise days and rest days. So today was like I'll do it twice, like I'll do a bunch of, push-ups, sit-ups, whatever, and then 5 hours later I'll just do some more, and then tomorrow I'll rest. So today's like an exercise day. I feel good. Nah, I don't like going to a gym. Nah. I originally started, I got my black belt many, many years ago. And I learned a lot of strengthening techniques that you can do, without weights and stuff. I like kind of doing it naturally. I'm not trying to get, I mean, who knows? Maybe I'll buy some weights. But yeah, after the back surgery and like months in bed, I'm just trying to get back to, Yeah, for sure. I'm just easing back in. I'm fully in. Just got to be careful. So today, what are we doing today? We're here on Thursday, December 15th. Why are we here? Oh, yeah. Why not? We'll see what we get, right? I kind of thought I was done. But I feel like the last stream or two was answering a lot of questions and not so much like let's just stick to the focused live analysis. And so far things are moving completely normal. So as long as that's going on, this is the stuff, like I was saying, Wixie asked, like that's the best answer I came up with. I think you can come up with. When is it not good for scalping, especially this time of year? If you see too much of this, the 5-minute will tell you, like, if you're in this, like we can't get out of each 5-minute candle is in the range of the previous, this choppy stuff, as compared to like the opposite, which is ideal. I mean, you can get a little chop sometimes, but the look of it, we've been seeing lately, it's creeping in, this kind of stuff. And then like big orders will like throw things around because it's so quiet, and then it'll kind of just calm down again. But today's starting off good. I mean, the dollar and the yen are trending. So if that's going on, then things are going on. Then we're good. Alpha style, says Carb. Yes. You know what, Carb? I might not be alpha. I might be sigma. Am I alpha or sigma? I don't know. I'm kind of an introvert. Your voice is a little bit changed. Cough flu. I think you're ligma. Yeah, I'm not falling for that. I think you're D's. Voice sounds different. I don't know. Maybe it's because I was doing push-ups. So today we're going to focus on the charts. And as long as things are moving well, we'll hang out. Again, like yesterday, like pre-London was this really nice trendy stuff, regular stuff. And then like when we got together, basically here, after London opened, you got into this stuff. So, and of course that was late. That was the news thing and all that. So maybe we're looking normal here. Maybe it was just waiting for news. So I'm just sticking to all about the chart analysis today. EJ, Wixie, what, Scalp? Oh, didn't get there, huh? All right, I'll just do my usual here. Mark up any thing of interest. Obviously, there is uptrend with a decent momentum on the dollar pairs. It's not as healthy as it looks, though. If you notice how many days it did spend sideways before continuing. Yes, chat. So where the scallops at? I'm hungry. They're on the 5-minute chart, hopefully. That one's not quite tradable. There's an on-tradable scalp. By the time you wait to get in, it's gone. But that's a nice rejection there. Things are behaving normally, at least. So, again, it's like the high volume in the background normally is one of my main concerns, right? At this point, when I'm doing my initial analysis, it is what it is right now. Just to say again quickly, it's at this time of year, and what we're seeing, which is not surprising, is You're seeing a lot of high volume with no result. High volume with no effort versus result, no outcome, and it sort of just gets quiet in the range. And it looks like we're in an uptrend, but there's still a lot of that stuff. And we had a bunch of quiet days. So we're kind of just chilling, and then like new spikes, and then sideways again. But, off of this new spike, where did we really go? We actually went nowhere. So as far as, like the phases, the Wyckoff stuff, are we in accumulation, distribution, or market? Again, it's just, smart money is just not doing it in that normal way right now. So it's a little different. That's why we're focused on scalps. If things are moving in a nice, healthy way, we'll tend to get some. Also, as I talked about in the last stream, the reverse scalp setup, I'm testing it. I'm trading on my side account. I have taken it on my real account, but I haven't really thoroughly tested it. I kind of don't need to, but I kind of just am anyway. But I think in January, that'll just become like a regular addition in the toolbox, right? We'll go over that again today. But right now, obviously, what's driving the market is the strong U.S. dollar. So the fact that the dollar index is moving up this much means everything else is moving down against the U.S. dollar, unless it's particularly strong. Down, down, down. Doesn't matter what the euro, pound, and Australian dollar are doing right now. It's pretty much irrelevant. Strong U.S. dollar. And then the yen starting to look weak here. Going to new low ground. Yen index for the day. Holding those prices down there. So we're going to have generally things moving up against the yen. Looks like, just the comparison. You can tell the euro's strong versus the yen. Here on that move up, if you compare it to the pound yen, which rejected back down. This didn't go anywhere. But it is that time of day for the pound to make its move, right? Pound-driven move. Little bit explanation of GU trade. Oh, the short that I was saying I showed before? Yeah. We'll look at that. The London hour trade. Let's just have that ready. That was nice yesterday. Pound yen. Obviously, this thing is just like, would be like hopefully a fake breakout maybe. I don't want to chase this thing down on a London hour trade, but that's that right there. So there's our levels for that. My dream is to hold trades like you from September to... Well, you don't like scalping? But you want to do both. You want to do everything. Yeah. Well, you can certainly start demo trading, swing trading, if you also want to be doing that, which of course I highly suggest. I think we should skip London hour trades for today or for December. Oh, okay. Very measured approach there. You're not overly eager. I like that. Could skip them. Could take it on reduced risk. I was thinking yesterday, which I didn't take the one yesterday, but I saw you guys took it in the Discord and did well. And I'm thinking to myself, oh, maybe I should be taking it still, because I thought we were done. And then you guys took it yesterday, and at least it went up like 25 pips in profit before anything else, right? So maybe it's okay still. Yeah. Reduce risk, whatever. I mean, generally, trading for the rest of this month, you might want to reduce risk, especially if you already did good this month lately. You don't want to give it all back, start losing trades the last couple of weeks. Nah. Oh, okay. Oh, that's interesting. Deepak also. I'm supposed to be doing chart analysis. Here we are chatting away. But yeah. You're struggling to hold swing trades that long. Okay. That's not alpha or sigma, right? Say my dream is also hold positions. Okay. Well, demo it out. Get yourself used to it. Put it on a demo so that the fact that you're holding or not holding does not matter at all. Or maybe a small account or whatever. Go with a demo. What you could do now in a demo, if you want to get used to holding trades and like working your way in over time, is oil. Like silver, gold, I'm looking to work my way out. I've already started working my way out. But oil, I'm still working my way in. So that's something where you could look at that. So there's the London hour potential breakout, which, chasing it this late and this low, I really wouldn't want to do no matter what, to tell you the truth. Selling down here is not something I would want to do. So it could be the fake breakout long, which would be interesting. We are in an uptrend. The news yesterday did not reject high prices as a result. It actually dropped and came back up. Just like it did, a couple other times we've seen recently. There, drop on news, come right back up. There's been a few of these. And then this one really accepted high prices. So it's definitely weird because it's the time of year and all that. But if anything, we're leaning bullish. But, again, scalps kind of don't matter anyway. And it's hard to identify the phase. Is this markup reaccumulation? Yeah, sort of sloppy. This sort of looks like a top. We know what's going on. They're not pre-positioning for things right now. A little different. Can you explain how to hold swing trades? Any advice? Yeah, it's to stay on the 4-hour chart, daily chart. You don't have to go below that. Map out what your target is. Once you map out the areas you want to get in, wait for the confirmation on volume. You don't need a 5-minute chart. You don't need to stare at it for a long time. Check on it a few times a day, right? You start working your way in. You could do it on oil right now, for example, which is kind of low, and seeing some buying. And then have a plan, have an exit plan that unless you see, if you're buying, unless you see high volume weakness or some issue, you've mapped out areas that you want to look to get out. It could be a large fib retracement, the 50 to 618 of a down move that took 3 months, right? A 3-month down move. I'm just saying, for example, oil, something like that. And then you're pulling back to a fib, or you have a previous support to resistance. Really simple stuff, right? Along with high volume weakness coming in, and you see when price gets there, and you map out where you want to get out. And when you get into these trades, the plan is not, well, I'm holding it for months. The plan is I'm holding it until this price area. It could be in a month. It could be in 2 weeks. It could be in a year. So it's really you're just holding for price areas unless volume says otherwise. It's not really time-based, but it ends up being a long time. I thought silver would be moving up sooner, so I just waited it out, and eventually it did. Oil, I thought I'd still be in and holding that for much longer, but then there was reason to get out. All right, cool. We'll talk more about swing trades. All right, so here we have some fairly high volume on this attempted break. Okay. So we have demand coming in. Euro dollar. Let's go with that first. What else do I need to draw here? Is a fib in play at all? Such a weird structure, but yeah, it is. Okay. So we have this line that I already drew, which is just a clear support. It lines up with 50 fib, right? So this is a place that's going to tell us about buyers, right? And so there's the activity, and there's the result so far. So looks like we've hit buyers. This could be the low of the day, right? We'll see if there's supply on a test and see how it behaves here. But obviously, if you're looking to short scalp, right? A lot of you know it. You're not anymore, right? So you would definitely not take the next scalp. And this could be a case, right, where we could look for the reversal scalp pattern, because I'm testing, observing that. So certainly if you have strength, and then we reverse direction on the trade, it all makes sense, obviously. But as most of you know, I wouldn't be looking to sell into highest volume of the day strength. So unless something changes, we'll see a test for supply. We'll see the reaction to confirmation of strength, first of all, right? Yes, quoting me. Openings of sessions can be a little random at first. Yeah, that's why I'm not even on until 45 minutes into London. Because, I'm going to talk about, here's a trade. Oh, should I take it? I don't know. Like, I don't even want to put myself in a position to want to take a trade because I just don't like it until now. Openings, but yeah. Today you took GU trade near London. Oh, that was testing the reversal. Yeah, pattern. Because it was so clean and it was on my small account. Yeah, that's just testing the pattern. And that was not on my main account. No. Okay, so that's the first thing to see. Nice moves today. No issue, right? And then we have high volume off of an obvious area that's going to tell us about buyers. The 50 fib and just a simple support. And they certainly showed up. No matter what happens off of here, we know demand came in. It doesn't mean it has to move up. We can have large supply, we can have lack of demand, we can continue. But that's a fact so far. I wouldn't be looking to sell because of that buying. And we'll see what comes next. I don't scalp on gold. I know a lot of people do. I think Troy particularly likes that. Now, for me, it's just swing trading on that. But, yeah. Take a look at it, sure. So again, all being driven by the US dollar and yen, which are complete opposites right now. Obviously, if you go to the dollar yen, you're going to get the insane move of the strong dollar versus the weak yen. Very often they're correlated and they're both moving in the same direction as they drive the markets, and it's all correlated. Now they're in opposite directions, so obviously anything is trending up against the yen, anything is trending down against the US dollar, unless it has its own particular extreme activity, which is not the case here. So we'll observe the London hour setup, okay, and it has a break to the downside. The volume is too high to take it, right? I would say so. It's matching the highest volume of the session, the London open volume, right? So that is too much volume to go short, which is good because I didn't want to take that anyway. Going short here is an eddy trade, isn't it? Of course, news has to be mentioned. Why are we here? December 15th on interest rate decision day? Oh, yeah. Because why not? So, yeah, that's coming up in just under 3 hours. Huge news, of course. Interest rate decisions are the most volatile type of news. So you have that, and then you also have it again an hour and 15 minutes later on the euro. Extremely volatile. Why are we trading today? I don't know. Okay, we're here. Because it may be perfectly good scalps in the next few hours. Chart is moving well, right? And then, of course, regular high-impact news. It's not as crazy as interest rate stuff, but you'll get some action there, too. This might cause a little more action on the euro, so it's going to be a little crazy in here. Long story short, when you have these interest rate decisions, right, a lot of money is going to react to what's going on, and it's going to set going forward how people are borrowing and how businesses are, blah, blah, blah. So it can set policy for things. So a lot of it's waiting until it happens, and then once it does, you're fine. But there's this, big anticipation of it. But you guys know how big that is. So it's not a normal day for a currency when it has a interest rate decision. By any means, it's not a normal day. But so far, things move, these little, a 10, 20 pip scalp, hours before that stuff, of course, could be fine here. Maybe you want to keep risk lower, whatever you're comfortable with. But certainly no issue with things moving and looking normal today so far. Surprisingly, I thought it was going to be choppy, sloppy. So we do have our first piece of information on this. Of course, testing for demand here, finding out about demand. And that's confirmed. And if we move up, we'll find about supply. If we move down, we'll see if they're continuing maybe to accumulate positions here generally and look for a long. Again, that's just that big retracement there, where if you consider where the stop losses are for all long positions in here, right? There's a lot of them right here. A lot of stop losses below this, right? So we should see a lot of activity as the stop losses are getting hit. They're selling off and smart money's buying it up, if that's the case. And that's so far what we're seeing. And there's a nice correlation with that stop loss situation and the fib area. So that's very straightforward. Again, here's the London hour levels I marked. Too much volume for the short, which I'm glad because I didn't want to go short and chase it. This one didn't break out yet. Okay. And the yens, we still have that weak yen, right? Yeah. Ooh, this is the kind of stuff I'm not scalping with. You see it right away. That's not what we want. And then suddenly we're getting short or long, right? After that, there's plenty of regular stuff going on. I don't want to mess with that. So that's the look of it. When you see that, right? We're December, late December. That's when I'd stop scalping. And surprisingly good moves today on a December 15th interest rate decision day. Maybe we'll get some scalps. Yeah, and again, an example of the reverse scalp that I'm talking about, and I showed last stream in case you missed it, is here. I pointed it out at the time in the Discord that was the... I actually took a screenshot, posted it there. All right, you got a long situation on scalps. You reverse that. One thing I want to just point out about this is this space right here. See how this moves down and it's not hanging out on the 14 EMA all chopped. This is clearly a swing. I guess this kind of shows it. See this space? And then coming back to test it, which it did right there. And that was the entry. I mean, it was a scalp. I didn't know all that was going to happen. That's not the point of it. But this move is the predictable move off of that. And we know it's a regular scalp, right? Of course, it's a 14 EMA short, but it's when you're able to reverse and what it's supposed to look like. So that's a really good picture of it there, what I'm talking about. There's another rejection off 14 EMA, but that's not really tradable because it drops so fast. All right, I'll check in the chat real quick. 1 second. See what's going to happen with this euro, with this reversal. Maybe, maybe not, huh? Where'd my chat window go? Okay. Sorry, I've asked multiple times, but what's the indicator on the bottom and what does it do? And Pete doesn't take a trade without confirming with that. Stop it. I completely ignore it. It does nothing. It's to tell people don't use indicators if they ask. Literally, that's what it is. And the color of the volume bars really doesn't matter either. But it's what is it again? CM-MACD color multi-time frame wave trend cross analyzer 3000. Make money while you sleep. Discount code Pro Traders Club membership. G Fuel discount code. I found a website. Well, see, you don't even know what that. I found this website. All right, so we'll see about that strength. We're following that. We're looking at the fake break. Okay. London hour fake break trade. Do I have this marked right? Yes, I do. Is there enough volume on that? Yeah, there kind of is. Hey, it's 420. You know what that means? It means we might get into a trade. Well, London hour fake break trade confirmed. Do you want to take it? I don't know. I'm getting my platform open, but I'm not clicking anything yet. Are we really reversing? Well, it's pound driven. Is the pound really reversing? Is it gonna? Pound yen didn't set up. So we're talking about long against the dollar. Is the dollar gonna come down? Are we fighting this? We're fighting against. We're buying against a strong dollar. That's not good, right? If it comes down, then yeah, this thing's gonna pretty much go up. Guaranteed, pretty much. So that's kind of important, right? It's technically there. It's technically confirmed. This volume could be higher, but really this is enough to say, okay, and we can get in the 1 minute, a little more information. That's the low. Yeah. So we see high volume points representing buying. Here's the breakout, new low ground, and back up without any squash, without any supply coming in large. Not bad. When GE reaches 14 May, we're looking to see, well, London hour trade is different, but generally off of strength. If we're looking at the 14 EMA, we'll be testing for supply, testing for sellers. If it's low volume, it's likely to move up. If you're seeing selling still at that test, or selling into up moves generally also, then you don't have the imbalance to expect an up move off of strength. This is a ballsy long here. The London hour long is ballsy today, man. The short was ballsy, and this is ballsy. The short was dumb, actually, probably. I just wouldn't do it. It's too chasey. I mean, are we going to rely on the strength of the pound, or is this going to help by coming down? You know what I'm saying? It's pound driven, so we don't really need, but this is so trending in the other way that's not going to be helping, you know? You could have strong pound, strong US dollar, and then you get sideways and the trade doesn't go, right? That's the thing. Yeah, I did. The 1 minute looks fine. The 1 minute looks good. It's high in the right places and low in the right places. Here's the break. High, you know, at least not low. New low ground, high. New low ground, high. And then these up moves, right? Not seeing volume spikes and rejection here at all. Where's the sellers? I kind of like it. What about the colors? Stop it. I'm going to make everything yellow. Where the sellers at? Maybe they're gone. The issue is this guy. I'm telling you. Everyone, you get what I'm saying, right? The pound could be strong as F. But if you're buying against this strong US dollar, how much do you think it's going to be able to move up against it? All right, maybe I'll put something on it. It's not moving, so I'm not losing anything by looking. Y'all, you need all you can get, all confirmation. Yeah. It's weird because this thing kind of just drives itself. I just don't want this working against me. But we do have potential reversal signs. Not really so confirmed that we're like, okay, we're bullish now. But we do have some demand generally. You see how the pound is stronger. That is a ballsy trade, though. Yeah, I'm going to put a small risk on it. Small risk. Yeah, I did that. So the pound dollar London hour trade, I'm in that with a small risk. I probably won't go big the rest of the month, you know. But it's there. It's clean. I'm here. I'm here to trade. Trade is confirmed. It's a little ballsy. Not a huge risk. So I'm in that pound dollar long London hour trade. Let's see the stop loss situation. I just went kind of small, so I'm not so worried about risk being big or something. The low is 95. Let's see. All right, I'm just going to throw it in, and then I can always adjust it. $28 pip stop for now. And then manage it if need be. But no big risk. I'm not going to be risking big the rest of the month. But yeah, it's confirmed, so I have something on that. I mean, if it gets to the 14 EMA, we'll be up, you know, maybe 10 pips or so, and then we could see what's going on, you know. Am I still holding GU scalp? That was in my side account. And no. This short is what he's asking about, which is the reverse setup, which we've been showing, talking about. We're going to be doing it. And shorting here after this closed and started to pull away. No, I'm not still in it. And I didn't take it on my main account. So let's see if we get a pop-up here on this trade. We can get some information on how it's going. If it looks terrible, you could close it at 10 pips. You can close half. If it looks decent, you just leave it. Unless there's some issue. So it'll give us a little something. Information. Now, we need this guy to come down. We're kind of betting on this coming down. It's a little fucked up. Unless the pound is just going to be really strong, which... it's stronger than other things right now. Here's the euro versus the pound. Euro's dropping off of that. Pound versus Canada. Maybe a reversal there. But yeah, it might struggle if this thing continues up. Kind of ballsy. What else? That's it. And as far as the rest, if we were going to continue down, Euro looks obviously much more weak. And just for analysis sake and see what's going on generally into support new low ground will give us some information. But we don't have a lot of volume here. It seems to be accepting these prices, so it might dip again. And we'll see about buyers once we get below here. If they're still active, if they're not active, because we saw them at first in the fib area. But things about fib area, especially when they're this big, if you see demand come in, okay, it starts off with that. And if you're continuing down, you're not seeing it. We go lower, you're not seeing it. It's very likely going to do the 618 overshoot, and then probably hit some buyers there, right? So if you come down here and you're not seeing it again, it's already one time that you didn't see much buying. If you see it again, yeah, it's likely going there. What else? Yeah, that's the story. At least the pound has like a fake breakout and volume in the right place, and the strong US dollar has not like ruined the setup. Here it's a little right, not as strong looking on the others. So it is a pound driven, the pound is strong. That's not a question. It's if the US dollar can be, at least weak enough relative to it for us to get an up move. Come on down. You can do it. This breaks support. That's when we start to see some profit on the trade. Let's go. Well, I'm up 2 pips right now. Let's get the 14 EMA. Let's see if we get a supply coming in or not. Oh, your name is All Bets Are Off. I'm like, Albert are off? Albets are off? What's your name? I just realized after all this time. All right, so I'm going to call you All Bets. So you're in it. Wixie said he's going to pass. Understandable. Why are we even here? I don't know. December 15th, there's 2 interest rate decisions today. But the chart's moving nice. Things are moving. You never know. Take it as it comes right now. Luckily, this pound is strong because these guys are still going down, hanging out at the lows. Oh. Okay. So this is, again, the London hour high breaking potential entry. Do I want to take this as well? Probably not. I mean, I'm already long against the pound. It's a pound-driven move. I could always go really small on that, just if it's valid and really good looking, but maybe I'll just pass and we'll see what it looks like. All right, let's get to the 14 EMA. Find out about sellers, but these higher prices are already going to be telling us about sellers. We can get to the 1 minute and see. Any issue with high volume squashing price? No. This is a really nice close there. Okay, it's looking fine. Is this going to come down? Come on, you could do it. You could do it. I mean, if this comes to 14 EMA, right, we may be up 20 pips on the pound dollar long, right, just to see that. Why is everybody laughing? Oh, because I realized the name? I don't know. Come on, push, says Carbon. Push. It's a girl. It's a boy. Strong pound. No issue with that. What else? Okay, that's not the greatest looking low as far as, looking for a long entry here. Something like this would even have me say a scalp is not out of the question because you really did accept lower prices on regular volume. Is this something I want to definitely do? I'm not saying that, but 14 EMA test. We'll see, right? Ideally, that strength wouldn't be there, but it's not sustained building up of long positions here. It was a one-time thing with that activity. And you see that. The only thing that's helping us is the fact that the pound is strong. Doesn't look like a real reversal happening. Come on. Do a fib retracement, right? I don't really do this stuff on an index, but, we can dream if that comes down. I don't have a huge position on it, but if that comes down, yeah, it's going to be decent, isn't it? Okay. There's 14 EMA. Let's see what's going on. Likely what's going to happen here in a normal situation that's good and average, and it's going to continue up, is that the volume will stay low or go even lower, and you'll have a small candle or two, bar or two here. That's the template of what things do at this point, right? It stops the up move. You get a small candle, get a couple of them as buyers pause activity, see what sellers are doing. That's the template of this situation. So anything that veers off of that information, if we blow through it and close up here, that tells us very aggressive buying. See, it's a checkpoint. If we see high volume and it rejects, then we know selling's coming in. It's a very important checkpoint, right? But typically the buyers will pause the activity and not just blow through it and you get a small candle, right? Basically look like a failed short scalp setup. Like it's going to set up, but it doesn't. That's kind of the template of things here, which a lot of you know. You've seen it now a million times. So if you're in a trade, of course, good to watch right here. You're up 12 pips. Yeah, it's like, I wish we were a bit closer to 20 so I could start trimming down and just banking some. Put my stop at break even. But like I say, you do that too soon and you're going to kill your risk reward. You have 2 or 3 wins where you took small profit and then a loss, then you give it all back, right? I wish we were a little higher testing here so it wasn't so important. It's kind of important. I could always move my stop to break even. Well, I'm up 10 pips. Yeah, I can move my stop to break even. Who's going to stop me? Carbon? Can't stop me. I did it. Done. No risk on the trade. Do you possibly... And there's not even a reason to move stop to break even according to the chart. Maybe I'm doing it prematurely. Whatever. Hey, just enjoy the money, okay? I don't even know what that means. Can't stop, won't stop. It might stop. 14 EMA. 14 EMA is completely different from anything that happened before. It's a decision point. Yeah. This markup style buying, they just tend to stop, right? Wouldn't you? knowing what the 14 EMA does, or 15 or 20, they're all going to be right here. I think 14 is accurate for some reason. But, right, wouldn't you see what's up with that? If it starts to come down strong, you're going to say, oh, okay, I'm not marking up yet. I'm going to buy lower. I'm going to accumulate. I'm going to whatever. Get out of a scalp. Let's see the 1 minute. The lower the volume, the better up here. Okay, pretty good. Pretty good. Who's that? Whoever did that needs to stop. Is this coming down? Ooh, break test. Will the index do a break test? Yeah, we want this to stay below. That will really help. Come on. Meanwhile, this setup, didn't it? I'm not doubling up on a long against the long on the pound. Then again, I took my risk off, didn't I? I moved my stop to break even. I wouldn't be doubling up. I would just be adding risk again. So here's the stop, the pause, the stop and test, right? It's 30 minutes since we had a red candle, and it appeared here. Not surprising. Is the volume high? No. So it's not showing any issue with supply coming in. Correct? Correct. Let's see, I'm just carefully observing here. I'm up 10 pips. Now that's a good signal to buyers that you're really not getting a lower price and you can continue to mark up. So hopefully they're just seeing that and going, right? We don't need to hang out here too long. Make it a failed short scalp, basically, right? I don't even like looking at that. I want everything to move up and this to move down. So yeah, it's interesting that the London hour trade set up and not the other. The others don't look right for a long, right? They don't. And this one does, and it's the London hour trade, and it's also a textbook pattern. And is it even a fake break? Oh no, that was just the support. Okay, it's not a fake break. Yeah, it's probably a fib. Where am I drawing this fib? There's so many freaking spots. Oops, not there. I usually like to either do the whole move or the obvious previous swing, not just pick from a million random different points to get what I want. I could draw it there and say, well, this is a great place to buy. I could draw it there. It's almost too like fitted however you want to fit it. Previous day's low, at least. Whatever. Not going to help my trade. I think the euro dollar fib was more clean because drawing it off of this low is very clear. The bottom to top of the trending move. This was ranging, and then bottom to top of the trending move. This was a little fuzzy, so whatever. This is the same as the euro, where it ranged, and then you have bottom to top of the trending move, and that is suggesting that it might go there. But of course, we'll see what the U.S. dollar is doing. That's driving everything right now. Besides the pound, which is just very strong. Okay, we're pausing here. That's not an issue. Ooh, volume's picking up a bit. Not going as a result. I could close half. Platform froze. Okay. I didn't do anything yet, but this is just not where we want to see any significant increase in volume and rejection. Break test continuation. You're up 17 pips. Oh, you must have gotten in a little earlier than me. Good stuff. Wixie says AU scalp. I'm going to be long and short against the dollar, huh? Oh, yeah, if it tests that. It's going a little sideways, a little too long for my liking. It's not terrible, but you know how it is. It would be nice to see it, act like that and give the short. But it's still very bearish, so yeah. All about what the dollar's going to do here, though. Don't go up. Okay, so we have some volume coming in. Okay, so this is the highest volume on the 1 minute that we've seen in like 30 minutes, or significant increase. So the result is going to be important. If we close up as a result on regular volume, trade's looking good. If it goes down as a result, maybe I'll close it. I'll close half. My stop's already at break even, so whatever. But we want to see a higher close as a result here to keep this trade healthy. Not huge volume, but it's certainly an increase. And the result matters. It's on a down bar. If we get a higher close, that's good information. See, it's kind of like deciding, is it like a scalp setup or is it a reversal? The lower the volume, the better. It's on the fairly low side, but we just got that spike, so let's see the result. Looks like the result is good so far. Stop messing around and come down, will you? Dollar index. Okay, there's the result, which is a close up. There's also some increased activity there. Not terrible. Let's see another broker out of curiosity. Oh, there it goes. Another broker out of curiosity. Ding, ding, ding. Looks about the same, even better. Okay. Ding, ding, ding. Cha-ching. Let's go. Drop, 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 drop. I command you to drop. What? Doesn't work like that, man. We have this 3 minutes of increased activity. It better be behaving right. I don't want no problems here. I do have my window open to close half. If anything freaks me out, I'm doing that. Use the force. Oh, yeah. Turn off your targeting computer. With the blast shield down, I can't even see. How am I supposed to fight? Let's see. Is the force going to work or not? Everybody used the force. That's a nice close on the. We're back to reality. That's a nice close on the 1 minute. Very nice. Taking your first step into a larger world. Yeah, Carbon doesn't believe in the force. He's been one side of this galaxy to the other. He's seen a lot of strange things. You think it's luck. In my experience, there's no such thing. Beam me up, Scott. Oh, man, when people start mixing Star Wars and Star Trek. Banned. Get out. Dude did that the other day. I got a little Millennium Falcon model in my studio. Ding, ding, ding. Profit, everybody. Yay. Congrats. And he goes, oh, this is from Star Trek. Right? Star Trek? And he saw my reaction and he goes, oh, Star Wars. It's from Star Wars, right? I know it's from Star. Get out. Your force is broken. All right, guys. Ding, ding, ding. We're approaching 1-to-1 risk reward. If not there yet, depending on how you got in, where you got in. Ding, ding, ding. London hour trade strikes again. Revenge of the London hour trade. Is this a Star Wars themed trading? Should we do Star Wars for the rest of the month? Everything Star Wars references. If you say Klingon, I'm going to kick you out. There's no beam me up, Scotty. So I guess the force worked. I'm just watching for a big sell order. You know what I'm saying? You get that pop down. A whole bunch of ticks. You know what I'm saying. Yeah, that's good. Okay, I closed half. It was like 21 pips or whatever, so I closed half the trade. Closed half the trade. About 21 pips. Still have a break even. All right, we're here Thursday, December 15th on interest rate decision day for two currencies, and we already banked it in the first hour. We got some money in the bank. Hit the like button for that, otherwise your standards are too high. Which one is it? Hit like if you enjoy making money. There you go. Hit like if you enjoy making money on a day that people are afraid to trade. And doing it in the first hour. Hit the like for that. Otherwise, you're a beta cuck. You got to be either alpha or sigma. I'm getting into sigma, though, Carbon. I don't know if you're sigma or alpha. You got to see. I'm the introvert. I think I'm a sigma. See, the alphas are... I'm the quiet one. You guys probably have no idea that I'm actually the quiet one. Can you tell that I'm actually the quiet one? That's what I really am in reality. I'm the one that talks the least. Depends on the situation. But you know what I'm saying. I value my alone time more than anything else in the universe. So I might not be an alpha. I might be a sigma. Yeah. And you like socializing more and like, yeah. Like you'll talk to people, hang out with people that aren't like your in your inner circle best friend. You'll just hang out. You're loose. Me, I'm like, no, I don't trust this mother. I trust 3 people on this planet. Everybody else get away. That's more sigma. Type Rob, thank you. See the the rich sigmas, you don't even know they're rich. They're not gonna say it. They're not gonna have, $10,000 watch on. No. Sigmas are like, yeah, just want to be good. You know what I'm saying? Just want my independence. I want to be chill. Give me no problems. I'm gonna prove anything. It's just different types. Then you have the alpha. That's fine. You leave your top 3 buttons open to show off your chest. You got the flashy stuff going on. That's just a different personality type. I mean, either way in life, I guess. Are we all male in here? I don't want to exclude anybody. I identify as a pip. Bill, yeah. You either end up a sigma, alpha, or a beta by the time you're 30, 40 years old. So, decide where you're going. Sigma, alpha, beta. I don't think there's any others. Male architectures, archetypes. That pretty much covers it. You identify as a Apache helicopter, yes. I want to be a pip. Can I actually become a pip? How do you do it? You stay still and you wait for price to move you. I don't know. Type Rob, heavy introvert too. Yes, I am seriously introvert. Like if I'm around people for 3 hours, I need 7 hours by myself to even out again. That's how extreme I am. You're probably like that too then. Right. You get quieter as you get older. Actually, I kind of consciously went the reverse way because I was so quiet. I found my nice middle ground though. How do some people end up as soy boy? They're bitches. I don't know. They bitch out in life. This is terrible. They confuse kindness and weakness. There's a soy boy. They got him confused. They wear man buns and drink Starbucks all day. That's the meme. Yeah. Good answer, right? There you go. Kindness and weakness. You got them a little mixed up. All right. Well, I was ready for intense chart analysis. But now we just got some money in the bank. So, I don't know. Put on some music. Roll a doobie. What am I doing trading on December 15th? Making money. That's what we're doing. Right, Carb? But as far as any other setups, obviously, like this long, I mean, first of all, we already, along with the pound strength, we already bet on the fact that the U.S. dollar has to be weak as well. And luckily, it was weak enough where the strength on the pound could get it going, and it wasn't an issue. But if you look at these guys, right, again, the big difference is how the demand took over, right? The increase in activity and the result was very different from how the demand was temporary here, and there was no buying action going on here as far as large accumulation. And so very big difference again here, where you're dropping in volume on lower prices, you're sitting at low prices. So very different, and that was directly the buying on the pound. It wasn't, this U.S. dollar reversal situation. That's what made it a little hairy, right? But again, this coming down really helped. If this stayed up here or went higher, the pound strength wouldn't have been good enough. We'd be sitting down here still, right? And so far it's looking fine. Again, no weakness. We can mark up some levels and see some additional profit-taking areas. And that's a very obvious fib, high to low of the trending move. And if we're not seeing weakness on the way up, which we're not, that suggests at least we get here next, right? Let's get to 4.9, next stop. And this might show a reverse scalp pattern, right? Where it does this right now. It dips and touches the 14 EMA and then continues. Obviously, I'm already in the trade, and I'm just testing that for the most part. But again, you see, it's the failed short scalp, which is, of course, what we wanted. We're long. And then clearly, not hanging out on here. Ideally, maybe you get a little further away, further higher. And then you come back to test it. It's like a resistance turn support, right? You come back to test it right now. And then it behaves like a long scalp off of that, which could be a small candle or two, right? Like that little one we expected. We can get another one or two here, and then we get to the 50 next, right? 50 fib. Find out about sellers from there. But this is what I kind of wanted to do today was, the intense 5-minute analysis. So we got a chance to do that here. That's good. See the difference in the setups where the pound buying was the deciding factor on what made this even a good situation to go long. Besides the London hour trading it robotically, it was still a good looking bottom as opposed to these. So that tells you it was pound driven, right? Which is good. That's why we trade at that time. This one I didn't take, but it looks fine, right? The only high volume is actually on a down, which has an up reaction. But we don't have supply and fake break and rejection. We see the resistance acting as support, right? It didn't come back in for a while. So there's nothing wrong with that either, if you took that. Let's see. If the yen index is going to continue down, then of course you get your pop up there with that strong pound situation. But yeah, see the template of the 5 minutes kind of has a template, right? The template of a nice bullish situation here is, again, high volume off the lows, no significant dip down here. The higher the better, so that's decent. All right, the fairly quick move up to here, this is the template. So if things change, it tells you something. Fairly quick move up to the 14 EMA where you stop, test. Volume is not high, the lower the better. Good, right? Okay, then they continue. And again, now you might get this break test sort of action on the 14 EMA, right? Maybe you get a little volume increase. You get a rejection there. You don't need really the volume. But we know kind of what that behavior looks like. Again, maybe a small candle. Again, it's the template. So if things are different from this, it's information that something different may be happening. Or how you can judge the cleanliness of it, right? So there again. And then here, right? is another, the same way we treated the 14 EMA, sort of, where we're stopping and testing. More likely that you'll get some sort of spike in volume here, right? But what do? You see the reaction, right? You see how much volume. Maybe you get a spike in volume and a higher close as a reaction, and it's saying, okay, we're going to 618 now, right? So again, this is the stuff I wanted to talk about today. Get back into this intense 5-minute chart stuff. So yeah, some higher volume, we'll see the result. And if we start closing below the 14 EMA, 1, 2, right, 5-minute closes below it, then we're losing the template, so to speak. Your trade is losing probability. I mean, at this point, you should have your stop at break even anyway. Close it as you see fit. So, but just an understanding there. I didn't quite test the 14, but you get the idea. Maybe we'll do it here, small candle. And then again there, right? So to kind of map out the template, right? Then you're testing here, which is likely going to bring some volume. I'm literally just going to map out the template, and then we'll see how it reacts. This means the trade might be doomed. This means the trade is really good, and this is kind of your average. Okay, we got that. If it continues to be good off of that, that's the 14 EMA. Then you're going to do this. 618 overshoot. This might meet up with the 50 EMA here. You're definitely going to have to find out about sellers. But there's the template going forward, right? And then what do you get there? You're going to get some volume, maybe a lot. Intense 5-minute analysis. It's intense. Yes. 14 EMA. What does 14 represent? You know how numbers mean things? And we talk about and look at the 14 so much. Numbers are not random. Yeah, we're getting weird here. I'm getting bored. What does 14 represent? You know what I'm saying? Like numbers, all numbers have meaning. Anyone want to look that up? Hey Siri, what?
Here's what I found from writing.com. Team's morale or being forward-looking.
Morale or being forward-looking? E-Long Cup just entered all bets. E-Long Scalp. Ooh, I wouldn't take that. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, no. Personally, that's not good enough for me. I would get in it if, right, the lower prices had consistently higher volume. I would get in it if we had a clear reversal scalp setup, perhaps. We're still testing that. I do like, obviously, the logic of the low volume here, suggesting that it's going to continue up. That's very good information. But hey, do you? Do it. I think I mentioned years ago, I used 14 EMA from a recommendation from a banker friend of yours. No. No. As far as I recall, I just got it from testing things. Probably in like 2000, I don't know, 7 or something. I came up with it, 2006. Or you're scalping the 1 minute. Okay. Okay, I see the buying. See the high volume with, I guess, a higher close eventually. That's the template, right? We'll see. I remember this comment from under his video, not from him. Oh, okay. Yeah, no. I don't think I have any banker friends. How do you see the difference of trading from 2007 to 2022? We talked about this recently. The thing is about how the market changes, it's very gradual and you almost don't notice unless it's something blatant like the London Open volume spike, which used to not exist. It used to warm up over time instead of spike. But best thing I could tell you is look at the oldest videos on my YouTube channel and you'll see 1 hour, 5-minute charts and you'll see. I think volume, it could be a broker thing. Volume was a little more even. I like it better now, actually, where you have the spikes and the dips a little more clearly. I mean, you always have futures volume, which is going to be so radically high and low, but that doesn't represent the total of the foreign exchange, but that is information. But I do like the way the volume looks a little better now. Again, one of the absolute main things you'll see different in the market that's changed is if you go to your 1 hour chart, I mean, forget now because now it's just like nothing and then news. But you'd have the 1 hour chart it looks like two hills on the 1 hour chart. You have two hills. You have the London Open and all this volume, right? You come down a little bit before your U.S. session and then you come up again. You generally have these two peaks in volume. That doesn't exist anymore. It's always the U.S. session that has the high volume. So, some things have changed. You can look at old videos on my channel, What else? Dollar index kind of going sideways. Lost a bit of momentum. Right now. All bets, 15 pips, you're out. Nice. Fibonacci sequence number 13 is close to 40. Yeah, I'm still curious about that. Just to point out, because we're following this, we had some higher volume here, which is not in a usual spot that you'll see it. It's at the top of the hour, maybe whatever, nothing. And the result is a higher close. If the result was lower, that would be a warning sign. So it's still looking fine. I'm sitting at 20 pips profit right now. Half my position. Stop at break even. Let me see. I'm curious about 14. I've had some weird, if anyone had experiences like weird experiences with numbers. You know what I'm talking about? Very weird. I'll tell you the weirdest story ever. So I was at a pharmacy, right? I'm waiting online at the pharmacy. And people have to give their birthday to confirm who they are, right? They're picking up a prescription. And they have to confirm who they are, and they give their birthday, right? So I heard the person's birthday, and then I just thought to myself about how numbers aren't random, whatever, passing thought. Okay, so the next person in line goes up, right? They say, what's your birthday? That person's birthday was the day after the first person. It was the next day. Like one was March 3rd, and then the next person was March 4th. Like, what the hell? I was just thinking about how the numbers are not random. You ever have those weird experiences with numbers? It's green, so that means buy everything. Or does it mean sell? I'm not sure. If you change the colors on the indicators, the price will move differently. Have you ever? Stop it. But I swear that happened. Numbers are not random, ever. I was just having that thought, and then I saw that happen. Let's see, I'm going to look around. This 14 EMA does seem random. Usually people use 10, 20, 50. Who the heck uses a 14 EMA? Besides us. Meaning of 14, I Googled, and it says angel number 14. The meaning of symbolism, angel number 14. Angel number 14. Everything says angel number. That's not, I didn't put angel in the search. The angel of FOREX is watching over us. Okay, let's see what this says. Go pound. The number 14 is a number of expressing personal freedom, including independence and self-determination. Number 14 also decides which way price, is curious and interested in pretty much everything. Yet the number generally has one or several self-assigned goals. Come on. A person with a 14 in a prominent position in their numerology chart. Whatever. Oh, that's not what I... You know who would probably know? Oh, ding, 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 more profit. Coco would know. Blesses us with her presence every now and then. Probably know the answer to this. Hi, Coco, if you're listening. What does 14 mean? The basic core essence meaning of 14 is revealed by reducing the... Oh, come on. Just give me some cool answer. Personal adventure. Fully experiencing life. Well, all right. It's a freaking moving average. Let's see what we're looking at on this. Okay, I'm up 30 pips. 30 pips on the pound dollar London hour trade. And there's the increase in volume we were talking about maybe coming in here. Is it bad? Nope. Not at all. But again, this is a stop and pause test area. Now you know why everything goes so slow, right? Everything's a freaking stop and pause and test. Stop here and test. But that was quick. All right. And then we come back to the 14 EMA. Then we get to the 50 fib. And then we got to test again. But it doesn't mean you have to stop. If you go, that just means aggressive buying and you're going off the template in a good way. As long as you don't have weakness on high volume. Should I close a little more or what? I'm going to listen to the chart and do nothing. This is the template, right? So if it doesn't do this, buyers are very aggressive. Just look out for weakness. Let's see. Intense 5-minute and 1-minute analysis today. There it goes. Even more. Even more money. USD is prime level. I was about to say that. If you are born on the 14th month, you are a natural trader. If you're born in the 14th month, 14 equals the P fader trading specialty should be out in. I guess we don't have a great answer. I was hoping for some cool coincidence, like 14 is the number of wealth. You know, I don't. 14 is the number of wealth and security. No. That's not what I found. Okay. It's the number of correct predictions. No. It's a decision point. Or no, none of that, huh? I'm just gonna open my window to close maybe a portion of this. I mean, it's not likely to blow through this fib area with no issue because it just is what it is, right? It's likely to bring in some selling. And I'm well over my 1-to-1, so I can just do that. Yeah, I'm going to close half of what I have on now, I think. At least I have the window open for it. Just watching the 1 minute Freddy, you know, bang, bang, bang sell orders. You know what I'm talking about? Especially if it goes below the low of the previous 1 minute. Maybe I'll just grab it. Oh, it's damn close right now. Yeah, okay, so I closed half of my half. So I have a 1/4 of my original position on. Stop at break even. And that was about, what, 30 pips? Yeah. That was 30 pips. Okay, nice. So I closed part at 20, part at 30. That was all. At least being patient to get into 1-to-1 risk reward area. What did we have? A 28 pip stop or something? And yeah, see it coming down. Okay, good. I think that was the right move. That's the template, right? That is the template. Let's go back to the 5 minute. There it is. So template, right? The Wyckoff template, the VSA sequences, whatever it is, like all these things where you map things out and it's so perfect, and then you look at a chart and you go, well, that barely happens. Now what do I do? Right? It's just a template. So anything that doesn't do that is information. When it does do that, then you know exactly what's going on. And when it doesn't do that, you also are going to know what's going on, why it didn't do that, and what does it mean. Right, right. So, for example, here now, continuing the template, we knew we'd run into likely a down move off of this. Okay, we did that. Now, right, the 14 EMA. Again, if we close below that, start staying below that, we're losing the template again. Or not again, because we haven't lost it yet, but we'd be losing it. Right, so it's a, is there another word for it? I don't know, template. The outline. So I have 3/4 of the trade closed, stop at break even, so whatever. And just to mark that swing low, right? If we make a lower swing low, we're losing structure, we're losing the template, right? So we technically shouldn't even get here, ideally. But if we do, well, let's see it come back up. It's a little 14 EMA test overshoot thingy, right? So according to the template and the way the 14 EMA reacts, we'll sit here, right? It'll stop. It'll sit here a little bit and then go for the 618. If it veers off of that, it's information. Good stuff. playbook. It's like, yeah, you know what it is? That's a good word because it's like you have the other team's playbook. So let's say you have the playbook for the other team. And, sometimes you'll adjust plays on the fly, right? But you have the playbook of the other team. So sometimes you're going to read exactly what they're going to do next, and you're exactly right. But if a play starts off and then the second move in that play is different, so what does that mean they're doing? That's information that it's going to be something else. That's a good way to look at it. You have the other team's playbook. Nice. So far, it's going by the book, isn't it? But that means a bounce is supposed to come soon. Maybe a small candle here because it's the 14 EMA, right? Small bar, hang out for a second. Nice. Meanwhile, this has gone dead. Okay. Yeah, how much time till the news? It's crazy that we traded today and it went well. And we got to trade so early and it's all good. The London hour trade. Shit. If you're new, go watch the video. It's 10 minutes long. That's it. Yeah. This is a big deal, people. You already know it. Pound's going to go flying in some direction. I have nothing to do with that. No thanks. I like routine. I like what we just did. That kind of stuff. Because, inevitably someone may ask about trading news. And no, I'm not interested in that. You throw the template away for the first 5-10 minutes and then see what you got. Okay, so again, right, if this hangs out here, no biggie. If we get a lower swing point, yeah, who knows? It's an hour and a half till the wacky, insane move is going to hit the pound. So, you got something good on it, good. Don't push your luck. If your break even gets hit, chill. I think is the move. This is the bread and butter play. Then you get the scalp play and the London hour play. Yes. And this is a London hour combined, well, after we already got in, but combined with the 14 EMA low supply. Supply demand imbalance. Large demand, lack of supply. So you're going to likely get there. And who knows from there. Yeah, it's losing it a little bit if we go too low here. But again, it's that decision point. Does this open and close around the same price and then start to pull away up? Then we know we're likely getting the 618. If we close down and down, then we're losing it. But did the first thing I drew, did the second thing right off of that. I didn't move it, did I? I think that was the price I put. And then this, which is dipping a bit lower, but it's all about the 14 EMA. So there it is. And then we'll see if we move up again. Anything else of interest? How did this work out? Oh, very well. If anyone also took this confirmed London hour entry, certainly by here you're in. Right? Is this the same? Wait, I didn't move this, right? Okay. Certainly by here you got to be in at the latest. So that's a 30 pip move there. Nice. Nice. Cool. Exactly what I wanted to do today. I was just with the 5-minute small time frame intense analysis. But, if the charts were going to be choppy sloppy, then there's nothing to do. But luckily, we got to do it. If you look at it as a template and then everything is a variation on that, it just gives you your bearings, right? A lot of this stuff is getting your bearings. I think if you don't have a good template in your mind, you're just marking up levels and checking things, and that's fine for some information, but the roadmap, the playbook, is what brings it all together. And it can give you early warning signs on things, and, you know, everything's relative to that, so you can kind of see immediately if something's going on. Like, again, we expected this to open and close at a similar price. That's exactly what happened. What's next on the template? This closes up above the high of this. Maybe on the next candle, right? Bar. Maybe on this one. You know how it behaves. But we hang out here, and then once we get above here and stay above there, especially a close above there, right? Isn't that the morning star pattern? Then we're going to try to take out the high, and then you got 618 overshoot to deal with. We may have another open close at the similar price. It tends to do that sometimes for a couple of candles instead of just one. Candles, bars. I'm going to open a bar called the Candle Bar. And only traders will know what it means. Anything else of interest? Yen is continuing to be weak. Dollar went sideways. Yen continuing to be weak. You definitely got to look out for the pound and what it's going to be doing soon, obviously. Again, I don't like the look of this, just to point it out. There's a lot of 5-minute bars in the same price area as the previous. They just can't get out. The closing in the area of a previous or whatever, or the spread of it is mostly the previous. That's what you're going to see as things get quiet for the end of the year. Just to point it out. It's ugly. You should hate the way that looks. This should make you go, oh, I'm not doing anything. Very different from what we see here. Joe Mama. All right, good stuff. Give me a minute. Put on some, is music over? Put that back on. Back in a minute. We're hanging out. As long as the 5 minutes clean, I'll hang out for a bit and we'll keep watching. So look at opportunities and education. Template. Coffee break? I don't want to overdo it. For you, yes. Mr. Grayling. Me? Is everyone sleeping in my house? I'm not home. I'm in an undisclosed location, bunker. Snakiest, you missed it, huh? We made 280 pips. Not a day to miss now. Yeah, we had the London Open, London hour trade was good. Still holding on to a piece. Pizza. I'm in a magical fortress that never sleeps. Yeah, basically. My secure bunker. Yeah, I hear you. I'm at my recording studio. I can't like do anything at home. I just do everything here. Home is chill mode. Kind of works. Home is chill mode. Here I do everything. 24-hour access. Actually, everyone's supposed to get out of the building at 1 a.m. So it's nice and quiet. Nobody's here. The building manager's downstairs. That's it. Maybe a couple of people. All right, we'll do some more worthwhile stuff. I'm just chilling for a sec. Again, you see the small candle on the 14 EMA template? There it is. Open and close around the same price? Yes. As predicted by the template. And what's next? We move up to the 618. If we can't do that, it falls apart. It's new information. Take it from there. I just got a really lucky situation with my studio because the guy who happens to be the building manager, I knew him beforehand for like 10 years. So when he's the building manager here and I come to see him, I'm like, I should come to this building and get a space. And so everything's enforced by him. He's not going to make me leave. I've known him now for 25 years, 30 years. I've known the guy. He's not saying you got to go home. If anything, I'm here if any shit goes down. Because I'm upstairs, he's downstairs. It's good to have somebody around, who knows. Freaking, anything could happen. Kind of makes his job easier. He knows everything's cool up here. And then, his boss, right? He introduced me to his boss, which is like the guy who owns the building or rents the building, right? And he's like, I want to learn to trade crypto. And he doesn't hang out with any of the tenants, And he's like, this is what he tells me. It's not really that exciting of a story. But he's like, I won't charge you rent if you trade for me. Take my money, trade crypto for me, and I won't charge you any rent for your room. Like, really? Okay. No. How about no? I will continue to pay rent, and I'll teach you how to do it. How about that? Because he wants to swing trade crypto. That's all. I said, I'll tell you what I'm doing. We'll keep in touch. I'll text you when things are going on. I'll help you learn it, and I'm going to keep paying my rent. Because I don't want you to lose money in crypto and lose money from me not paying rent, and you're not going to like me very much. But it's cool to be liked by the people here that I kind of, I can be here 24 hours a day and it's all good and all that. Right? Yeah. And he was really, really pushing. Like, he made me say no like 10 times. No, don't worry about it. It's not a big deal. If I lose money, I don't worry about it. I know I could lose it. I could make it. I could lose it all. It's fine. I just want you to do it. No, I can't do it. It's not a big deal, man. You could do it. Here. We'll do it right now. No, I can't do it. And then he finally goes, "You're not going to do it, huh?" I'm like, no. I'm like, I will teach you, man. I will totally get you to understand. He doesn't need to look at a 5-minute chart. He wants to swing trade crypto. I showed him volume, 4-hour daily chart, draw some support resistance. When it's low and the volume's high and it stops the progress, you might want to buy some. Okay, hung out with him a bunch of times, and okay, he gets it. And then it crashes. So welcome to swing trading. I'll check in a few months, see how we're doing. There's our small candles, 14 EMA. Now let's see if we can move on, right? Try to break the high, try to get to 618. Get a little more on this trade. I'm just taking a little break. This looks like the price is taking a little break. So, any questions about anything, let me know. I'm here. Holding on to the last piece of the pound, London, pound dollar, London hour trade. If you took either one, it went well. Intense small time frame analysis today. Yeah, for the people that said they missed the beginning, yeah. Today was a good one where I didn't mess around too much, and there was some good stuff explained. Again, the small time frame stuff, really. Today is a good one to listen to. Definitely worth your time. Like I say, you could play it back at like 125 speed, So I'm not like talking so fast, but it's, crypto is 222. Yeah. There's, you could get Bitcoin at like an ATM, right? I don't know if you guys may have that where you live, but I see him around. And, yeah, Carbon's telling me, because I never actually looked at it. I'm not going to go, I'm not going to do it there. But he's telling me the price of crypto, of Bitcoin on those machines right now is $22,900. When the actual price is what? Just below 18. That's crazy. Why would anyone use that? Yeah, there's the price. Coinbase, they're all going to be similar. That's crazy. Yeah, don't get Bitcoin from an ATM machine. I think you guys already know that. Thank God you didn't trade for him on the SPF crash. Oh gosh. A scalp might be in order, says Wixie. What, a short scalp? Your voice pace not too fast, not too slow. It's perfect. Yeah, I mean, as far as entering new scalps, obviously we're talking about, if we're talking about the dollar, US dollar, if this is doing this, again, look out for this stuff. The longer we sit here and not get out, the more it's telling you scalp conditions aren't good. It's not the end of the world. It's not terrible. I'm just pointing that out. Once it stops doing things, like it's supposed to do this and then this, make a decision and go down or, whatever. And it just becomes this point of nothing for so long. Just saying. What's going on here is, right, again, what's driving the move? Obviously, if the euro dollar has been going, the dollar index has been going sideways for an hour. This is an hour. And then this was able to actually move down. Then it's the weak Australian dollar that's causing this, and that you have no help whatsoever from a strong US dollar. Strong US dollar, as you're scalping short against it, makes your scalp much better probability. Now, if we're looking at it and it breaks, I keep clicking the wrong thing. That's what I wanted. If it does actually get out of here, as you're entering the short against it, let's say AU, and it's actually doing this as you're kind of looking to get in or whatever, and it's actually hanging out here, it's closing up here. Okay, at least, right? Common sense. Okay. We've moved. Maybe we close finally above here after an hour. Start to move, and then, as you're shorting, right? Much better. So this is completely Australian dollar being weak. You didn't get any help from the US dollar. And again, that's going to make your trade better, higher probability if you get that also. Which you probably know, but I'm just trying to make this very educational. Very educational webinar. Right, Wixie? You know what I'm saying? Hey, Wixie, why do they call you Wixie? Everyone's dying to know where that name came from. Aren't we? He must have stepped away. He's got 8 other mentors he's got to go talk to. I'm not special. So this already tells you something, right? Because it's veered off the template. Okay, right? We knew opening and closing at a similar price, dojis, whatever you want to call them, small candles, small bars. We knew that was likely to happen here. But then we're supposed to move up after a few, right? And it's not doing that. So first thing, since we've been doing this, that actually went off the template. That is the first thing finally, right? We've been following it. Even this coming through, coming back, going up here, coming down, back to the 14 EMA, right? And then we're supposed to do that, says the template. And we're possibly not, and we're certainly stalled. So the first thing is it lost momentum, simply. Let's use that word, right? So it lost the momentum of the bullish lower lows, lower highs, coming down to where we expect and getting on with it, right? So it lost momentum, we'll use that word. The markup style buying that was making this all possible with the pound, right? Didn't happen. So that's first piece of information that's off of the template. So what does that mean? Where do we go from there, right? It lost probability that it's going to continue. It doesn't mean it can't, obviously, but it lost some probability. The next thing I'd look at is what's going on down here and what is the new different information. So if we get a lower low, we're counting this as a low, right? It's a swing low. That's where we expected it to actually go and then continue. So by breaking that, we're really moving off of the template even more, and lower prices are going to tell you about buyers. So it could be a fake break, hit some demand and continue, and then you kind of have your bearings back and you know what's going on. They want it to buy into a down move, and then they're going to mark, right? Another thing is so you have the fib area there, and that's going to tell you about buyers. So you have all that. Where's my break-even price? 18? I think it was 18. My entry, somewhere around there. So a fib pullback is actually not going to hit my break-even. It'll keep me in the trade unless it gets past 618. So that's cool. Right, it has to break 618. Maybe an overshoot might catch me. Or it's there, yeah, it's right around there. My break-even. But if it does that, of course, that's going to tell us about buyers in this area, right? So we're kind of going to what's the template of that? Like we kind of have to adjust and say, okay, we have an up move that's not doing this little 14 EMA retracement. It's going further, and what does that mean? Of course, it's a fib, 50% of the move now, because your 14 EMA is not going to be at 50% of the move. So once it goes past that, you head it to 50%. And of course, this deal, which is going to tell you about buyers. So we're kind of on that now. Like we have to adjust the expectation, the template. And if we're staying bullish, then it's that. Or what is it? Potentially 618 overshoot. Right? I mean, and you could just carry on and on with this stuff. Again, templates are good. It doesn't have to do it. When it changes, it tells you something. Then it's a break test. You got your 3 pushes up. Oops. Drawing extra lines here. We can get rid of the London hour lines and all that. That, my opinion, right? That becomes now the template of bullishness. There's a bearish template too. And of course, volume will tell us, but it's been pretty flat. That hasn't helped. That hasn't really said anything. This was like the highest volume since we got into the trade, and then it had a bullish reaction. So there wasn't much, especially now, it got really quiet. Hey, Wixie, are you here? A very important question. Wixie has a wick somewhere in his... Maybe it's from the candles. Wixie, I was asking you, why do people call you Wixie? Where did that name come from? That was what I was asking. Very important. We must know. So you see what I'm trying to do today? I mean, all this stuff that I'm saying, you either heard before, you know, is already in my head. Then if I don't say it every time, you know, like, okay, but it's good to lay it out. A day like today, just do this kind of thing. And that would be the bullish scenario now, right? Now, if we just finally move up off of this, okay, it was actually what we originally drew. And it just got slow. And then it went on with this thing. But again, it lost momentum. We're hanging out below the 14 EMA, right? Any sort of long scalp that you might have thought of here is not looking good, right? So it is saying bearishness. And then it has to lead to that next. That's the thing to look at. And that'll tell you about buyers. And if they don't show up there, then it's going to support, right? It's the roadmap, the playbook, the template. That's the focus today. This is just how to read a chart. It doesn't mean you all have to trade exactly the same, right? Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Makes things so much easier than just opening up a chart, drawing in some stuff, drawing some support resistance lines and whatever, looking at the volume and going, you actually have it's either this or it's not. Black and white. Wixie means candle light. Oh, so it's not the candles and trading in the charts. Candle light. Okay. Yeah, that's a particular, we call it a wick, right? So it's like wick light. So C is like light. That's a pretty cool name. Here it is, the candle represents, which gives firelight. Okay. Light comes from, gotcha. Candlelight, firelight, yeah. Noise. That's a cool name. Gotta ask where everyone's names came from. That's how. Gotta fill the time here. This thing, I can't make it move. We were doing a thing here. Come on. Fader? Where did Fader come from? People think it's I'm Pete Fader from the Wharton School of Business. That's not me. I didn't go to Wharton, or I'm not a professor at Wharton. That's not me. You could sue me for impersonation if I ever pretended I'm him. I'm absolutely not that guy. I get asked that every now and then. Every few months. Wait, are you a professor at the Wharton School of Business? Like, no. His name is Pete Fader. But I guess it's not bad to be confused with somebody like that. If you're going to confuse me with somebody. You think there's somebody out there who actually thought that was me, just assumed it was me. I start watching my videos, and it's that guy. He's a professor, bought my course. They think I'm him. And it's not him. That's funny. I need to make a disclaimer. They hear me talk in the course. They're like, wait a second. This isn't Pete Fader. That's funny. You thought so. Right, exactly. I didn't know that guy existed when I made that screen name freaking, 20 years ago. He wasn't a professor at that time. No, it actually comes from a fader on a mixing board. That's it. But people think it's fading the market, which is a term of, getting the reversal, like in this case, buying. Hey, we faded. I don't know if it refers to buying, but or just selling, but fading the market is I think the term specifically is the end of the day. So if the end of the day is here and New York closed and whatever, you're fading the market late, going the opposite direction. It's called a fade. I don't trade like that or call anything a fade. So it has nothing to do with that. It's a fader on a mixing board. Okay. There you go. Great discussions today. This educational webinar is turning into a freaking podcast. EJ? Wixie says EJ scalp. How's the yen? Not bad. Could be. I haven't done the thorough analysis. Ooh, right into the high. You're betting on that high getting tested right there. You're betting on that. Or at least almost. Not bad. Come to the music. Hold on.
Flamin' hot, cheddar and sour cream. Flamin' hot, cheddar and sour cream. Flamin' hot, cheddar and sour cream. Genius.
Introducing Ruffles, flaming hot.
All right. So you like the EJ there, Wixie? We got some high volume here on an attempt to move up. Make sure it doesn't get squashed. Yep. So you're betting on, if you're going long EJ, you would be betting on the fact that this yen index is going to come down and try to break that support. You thought it was related to mixing. Oh, there you go. Correct. Ding, ding. What's sad is I came up with it myself. No one called me that. I was like 24 when I came up with it. So you'd be betting on, if you're going long against the yen, you're right into the low of the day on the index, because it is what it is. But you'd really be betting on that's got to go. That's got to do something at least there. Try to break. Yeah. You had your high volume leading to higher prices so far. Let's see what happens. And then how strong is the euro? Well, here's the euro index, right? We don't really look at that much. There's that going on. Euro index. So that's the first thing to note. Now, on what normally in this pattern, right? We're saying maybe not on this trade. What normally in this pattern you'd see at this point is trying to move up, right? That it makes it. Tries to break out. If it fails to do that on high volume, that's not good. Yeah. It's already very close now. You'd barely be up a couple of pips, if any, at the high. So again, you'd be betting on that having to happen. We're just going to watch it go without us now. Well, there. Okay. Kind of needed that. Euro index. And if that does that, then yeah, off the EJ goes. I'm not taking that. Nah. It's just so close to that high and barely be in profit here. You really have to get here. It's not terrible. I'll pass. EJ going well. Oh, you're in it. Okay. So you actually took it. Or you took it on demo or a small account. Yeah, if this breaks down and stays below here, that'll really help. What's everything else doing against the yen? Well, you also have that. bit of volume on the sell here. And this is a bit high volume for an up move. It's a little off. Now we have this. All right, good. Back to the template watching. It's like bird watching. So this is if the bullish scenario continues. If this hits, I only have a quarter of my position on. If it hits break even, I'll be out, which is just a few pips down from here. All right, so again with the template stuff, now that we kind of turned into this rather than moving up from there as we originally drew, once that did this, we really knew we're not doing that anymore, likely coming down. Okay, so there it is. And now, throw the volume back in there again. If we see this type of stuff on the volume, here, next candle, whatever, into these lower prices, then we're likely going to continue up. You guys know this. If we get down through here without volume, if it's low, medium, we're likely going to support. And that again would veer off of this template, right, of strength and rejection. So it's one or the other. 14 EMA is not relevant right now. But it's black and white, right? It's either you bounce off of here with some volume and you say, okay, it's bullish, it's likely doing this, whatever. Or you get through here, the volume's not very high, and you're saying, okay, adjust. You're likely going to support next. Take it from there, the template, which would have either its strength, fake break, double bottom, or not. And then you can take advantage of that with trades, obviously. Like, for example, if this does come through here, and you're saying, okay, it's likely getting to support, and then you get a scalp entry short. So you use the information, go with the setup, things line up. You're in EJ, real account, 145, 10.5 is your stop. Yeah. I decided to pass. Good luck. May the force be with you. Star Wars trading. Star Wars December. Wixie don't know nothing about Star Wars, guys. He's 21. He knows Jar Jar Binks. Sorry, Wixie. Let's see. So I noticed something on scallops. For example, in buy case, if medium volumes appear on higher high, then after when the bearish candle retested 14 EMA, I think I'm getting lost already. The volume appear on that particularly bearish candle is higher than the volume appeared at the higher high. Okay, gotcha, right. That means buyers overtake the sellers because the volume coming up on bearish candle retest 14 EMA is higher than the volume on bullish candle. Okay. Same case in short scenario. Okay. So these types of setups also go very well, right? Making sense. Get what you're saying? The reason why I don't point that out, Wixie, is because what I notice is, first of all, more times than not, you're not going to get high volume there. It does happen sometimes, but that's more the rare case. And I didn't want people looking for sign of strength there because it's not necessary and it's not likely. And again, usually you'll have to go past the 14 EMA into a fib area or something else to say, okay, we want to see strength for a long entry, right? Like we're looking at now with pound dollar. But what you're saying is, again, if you're going long on a long scalp, 14 EMA, and the volume picks up and it comes in as strength off of that, that just says really more aggressive than usual buying. They bought a little higher than waiting for a fib retracement. It's good for the trade. Make sure it's not bearish volume. Make sure it's not, high volume leading to lower closes and, something different going on. But if you get signs of strength on the 14 EMA as you're looking to scalp, good. But it's not something it's more rare in my experience. It's more rare. And I'm not even looking at it. Like, I expect flat volume, and that's fine. If volume pops up, I'll make sure it's strength, or weakness if you're shorting. You know what I'm saying, Wixie? And you're saying that those types of setups go very well? Technically, it sounds like they should go better even. It's like a particularly good situation where you have some aggressive trading with the trend, like right there at the 14 EMA. Didn't have to pull back much, and it actually hit demand. Flat volume happens to ideal case. I'll take either one. As long as the volume is good and it's the high volume is telling you good stuff, I'll take that or I'll take flat. I think either one. And more times than not, it's flat, so I'm perfectly fine with that. Cool. Okay. We're doing the template, right? It was the bounce off of here now. Is the volume high? That's not bad. Let's see. Get in there. Yeah. It doesn't look terribly high, but this is what was going on before we got to the fib area. So, certainly. Okay, so now we know what template we're on, right? There it is. So at this point, it's likely to go for the high, try to fake break it, or fib. And we definitely left and came back to the 14 EMA, so that'll tell us something. Intense 5-minute analysis and understanding today. Getting this carbon? All right. So template, following it now. We adjusted it at this point in time. We got the next move right. Could have had more volume, but it's there. It's there. It's a nice rejection here too. That's the way it's behaving. Now, next thing is 14 EMA is getting hit. Anytime, that's going to tell you something. We closed above it. No weakness coming in. Closed near the high. We're continuing. So we're not doing this, down move off of that, right? No issue there. There it goes. Am I still in the trade? Oh my God, I'm still in it. Wait, let me refresh. Yeah. Pop-up message. Wow, I'm still in it. Oh my God. Okay. Yeah. I got in at 18, and you see here it went to 19.9. Okay. I thought for sure I was going to do 618 overshoot and get me. That was close. All right, so we're doing this template correctly. We've marked it. And so what is next is to try to test this high, try to break it. It's going to tell us about sellers big time here, right? Upper fib, 618. Higher swing, higher prices tell you about sellers. But in this situation now, it's likely to get there. What were we saying yesterday, Tuesday? Some people call the small time frame nothing but noise. How silly does that sound right now to you, right? There's noise. Tense AF analysis. Yeah, I've been here the most I've ever been today. Okay, good. Learning a lot. Good. London hour trade moves and watching charts better for me. Yes. Very good. Alpha, Sigma, pick one. Either one's fine. just no betas. Good. I'm glad. I'm just busting your chops. Yeah, good. Today was the day to pick up on this stuff. And all this stuff that I've shown here all applies on a 1 hour chart. And that'll give you just your bigger picture of things. So we can take this whole situation, go to a 1 hour, so each one of these is an hour, and apply that same thing and see how they align or not. Which I won't get into right now, but it's nothing really that different. I don't look at the 14 EMA as much, but interestingly enough, you do have a lot of that. You know, this looks like our 5-minute scalps. But I don't do that on a 1 hour chart. Some of these are just terrible, too. I don't know. So if you've held some of the London hour trade, you're still in it. Unless you got in a bit late. Missed my stop by about 2 pips, not even. My break even. So far, it's looking fine. It should be able to do this and try to break. And we'll find out what goes on next from there. If there's not high volume selling. And why did I put this? It's kind of, not having an issue with sellers here. And kind of mirroring the size of the move. Break test continuation. It could be a bit lower. Right, break test continuation. We got a few things there. So that's the template, unless we hit weakness or something changes. That's the playbook. EJ, yeah, it looked a little risky, didn't it? Risky Wixie. That should not be your nickname. Hard to say. Yeah. So you were betting on this breaking to help the trade, and we already started to see some strength come in as you were getting in. That's not good. A fake break. It's bullish. Also, the Euro index was moving down. That was not going in your favor. Risky Wixie. Carbis, ooh, fake break. At least you're listening, because I only say that freaking 200 times when I'm streaming. Fake break, fake break. Wixie, yeah. It looks like all these down moves were bought into. Generally, things that did move down. I'm not reading too much into this. I'm just holding. Not managing in this price area. So what do we got? Yes, yes, yes. So that's probably a good exercise for people that are backtesting. Again, just something to say for people learning. Some of the newer people, you just learned about volume in the last few weeks or whatever. Again, don't drive yourself crazy trying to understand what's going on the rest of the month. It's not normal behavior. And if you start to have your expectations and you're trying to read a chart this way, and then January comes and it's not that, and you're just not going to have your straightforward answers. It's just not doing it. I'm not just saying it because of the time of year. It's actually already happening on the chart, right? I'm not really working off of accumulation and the Wyckoff phases. All this stuff is put aside for the moment. Again, just to remind you that. So there's backtesting. I know people talk about that in the Discord. Backtesting, very good. Multiple time frame backtesting. Somebody asked about time frames, how many you really need. My speech about time frames is it's all the same information. It's just packaged differently. It's not much difference. Unless you're using a stochastic, then you get, 6 signals going one way and 7 the other. And then they say, well, just pick a time frame, whatever. You use 2 or 3, right? Daily chart, you just see what the heck's going on. Any big levels, what's going on. 1 hour chart is your background. It's good for background, which we don't really do right now until January. And then, of course, 5 minute, 1 minute. Obviously, I spend 90% of the time on the 5 minute. And so there's back testing. By the end of November, things started to slow down. It all goes back to that day on the euro dollar, a bunch of pairs, but where we saw supply and demand close together in November. Remember that? Like I said, you don't often see this. This means range. And things just kind of died from there, besides like news moves. But, proper phases and everything kind of died at that point. All makes sense. Backtesting is good. Now, the stuff that I'm showing today on the 5 minute chart is good to do in backtesting on a 5 minute chart, right? Why not? Figure out the template. Do it on a 1 hour chart too. Whatever. Fractal. But this stuff you saw today, particularly on a 5 minute chart, you might as well do that as a backtest. I would think, right? Probably be good. Like what I showed today. Figure out what it is, what's going on, what's the projection, what's the template. And it's just a matter of, looking at volume along with the price patterns and particularly key areas where, but it all gets mapped out. And then when something changes, you change it. And you may change it once and say, okay, and you get the next 3 moves right again, right? Like maybe we move up here and all that. That's probably a good thing to do in December, right? EJ coming to save you. $14 EMA. Don't fail me now. So maybe just consider that for December, something to do. Sharpen up your skills. And do the 5 minute template analysis like we did today here. Do you make analysis before news to predict the movement during news? Well, yeah, I'll have a prediction based on what the charts are saying, but I'm not particularly, you already know this, Wix, I'm not particularly trying to trade on news when it comes out. Enter the trade. I'm not doing that. But a couple of times in the last couple of weeks, was it non-farm also, first Friday, December? I think it was non-farm particularly stands out in my mind, where things were so bullish. Look before non-farm December, right? Things were so bullish. I'm like, oh, we're going to move up on news. I'm not getting in long before news, but I'm just, the chart says that. And then we drop and drop and drop and drop. And I'm like, well, maybe I was wrong. Okay. Like 10 minutes later, we're back up. And then we trend up the rest of the day, I'm like, oh my God, there you go. Good thing I didn't buy on news. Maybe buy after the dip, So yeah, I'm not looking to trade that, But you could easily have a situation where maybe you're in with some smaller risk, news is coming out, you're in a trade, and of course, see what the chart says it's going to do on news, and if it's not looking good, or it is, might help you. But news tends to go a lot of times the wrong way for the first move and then go the other way. So whatever. This is the last stream of the year, question mark. I thought he was done I thought I was too. And then I'm like, I want to do this 5-minute thing today. If this is the last stream, it leaves you with something you could do. We got back down to the important stuff today. That's at least one of the most important things. This stuff. A little calibration. Something to practice. I don't know. Going with the flow. Again, also today, things were moving really well early. So I'm like, okay, if it continues doing this, then we'll be good. It's worth showing up. And if it got choppy, I was just going to end it. Yeah, so yeah, taking it as it comes. I gotta get caught up on the chat. You want to look at gold? You surprised I'm not playing COD? Yeah, I'm gonna play Shoot House for 8 hours straight. Any other interesting story related to your FOREX trading journey? I'll see what comes to mind. It's not that interesting. Okay, give me a second. One second, and I'll get caught up on the chat. All right. I'm back. Back to the chat. Wait, first I got to check on Wixie. You hanging in there? Okay. Yes. Gold. Snakiest. How are you? Sorry if I missed something and you're only doing GU today. Nah, we just ended up focusing on it because we got in the London hour trade and it became a good lesson in some things. Again, you should go back and watch it. It's good stuff. But yeah, we'll look at anything. Gold. Is there a particular question about gold? 5 minute, 4.5 hours ago. Oh, there's a particular. Maybe talking about this. Is there a particular question? You hear snakiest? Two a.m. my time. Okay. Right. Okay. Hour before Euro Open. Just kind of picking up activity. Okay. The top of the last swing, but nothing has been decided yet. Oh, Wixie said that. Okay. Top of the last swing. Okay, right. Was looking at exactly the 2 a.m. candle for short. Why is that? Let's see. I mean, I don't normally look at gold in the 5 minute. Is this the time of day that things pick up? I don't know. But you're looking for a short. Okay. He didn't say exactly why. Maybe it's a scalp. I would not consider that a good short scalp setup. If that's the reason. So what is the question about it, and what was the reason that you were looking to go short? EJ is a good pair fund. Sometimes. The disclaimer, you gotta say, all this stuff you see now, things change over time. EJ's kind of weird. Yes. Wixie, believe it. There's been long stretches of time where I haven't touched EJ. Weird. I know. But before that, it was good, and it's good now. Let's see. I gotta see how you did there. What was your entry? Probably off of this 19. Oh, okay. As far as a scalp, maybe you took some off, maybe you didn't yet. Oh, you calling that initial target for the scalp? Yeah. Okay. Which is okay. Are you actually doing the box? This is the absolute soonest you can touch it. And sometimes the pip count is shitty, and sometimes it's great. You know. But yeah, drawing that box, is that what you actually looked at? That's the first place you really should touch it. But if it's only like 3 pips, you might want to not. Because you kill your risk reward. Maybe you get the fake break and you grab it. Oh, you did? Okay, cool. Yeah, I don't always draw it, but it's there. You know, you can just glance over and kind of see it. Snakiest. Okay. I was looking at the previous swing as AR. Then I saw reaction. Okay, so that's like a 1 hour background analysis. You have AR, or just a 5 minute. If you have an AR on a 5 minute, either way, AR is got to be off of high volume and then the first level of support or resistance on the reaction move. Okay, 5 minute. So yeah, candle engulfing the rest on higher volume. I got all confused. I think you're looking at a time of day where things weren't really warmed up yet and they were just getting started, and that's not something I would really even worry about. The time of day is definitely going to confuse you if you're just expecting regular stuff. Again, gold I don't watch on a 5 minute, but that seems to be the case there. You were right before action started to pick up, which the best thing to do is let the action pick up volume-wise and then see where you are. That's why I don't trade London Open. I wait 45 minutes before I even really care, you know. So the time of day that you're looking is very important. Wixie. Think is okay, but just to look at it again, Wixie. I don't know. I'll give you a suggestion in a second. You got to settle on something that you're not going to regret. No regrets. Yeah, from a 5 minute point of view, at this point, you don't really have a automatic support, automatic rally situation going on, and yeah, I would once this starts happening, then right now you're into it. Now you can start doing stuff. Okay, you got strength, you got test of supply, everything's normal. Yeah, a little too early to read too much into it. Snakiest, all right, very welcome. Thank you. No regrets. Yes, Wixie. So, what are you going to not regret? I mean, what I'm doing, like I said, is I'm ready at any point to stop trading for the month. And yesterday was choppy sloppy while we were streaming, so is this going to happen? Probably. So I was thinking maybe I'm done. But then today, pre-London was moving so well. And again, the key is just go to the US dollar index, yen index. Are they trending? If one or both, ideally both. But if at least one is trending, conditions are perfectly fine. Start trade. So this was going on the dollar pre-London. So, okay. We didn't have that choppy, sloppy stuff. So, yeah, now we're getting a little bit not terrible. Not terrible. But, yeah, take it as it comes. You could do smaller risk. I'm just talking about options. But maybe the rest of the year, I mean, obviously, towards the end of next week, you might just want to stop. But maybe just lower your risk and take it as it comes. I mean, generally for people, right? I don't know, that's my thought. Risk less and just keep your standards high. Don't start trading crap. Just saying generally, right? We'll keep that in mind. I keep forgetting I actually still have a piece of this long here. I did a little break test of 14 EMA, maybe, who knows. But yeah, nothing's veered off yet. Move it over. I mean, timing is not as important as where it's going. Things slowed down a bit. Not the end of the world. Kind of a break test somewhere in there. The whole thing over. But yeah, I think this was a good exercise here today. What else are we looking at? Gonna be here 3 hours almost. EJ went to sleep. I think under the circumstances, getting out of it, Wixie with a small profit was the way to go. So it's one thing to close things too soon and kill your risk reward. If you're just closing scalps at 3 pips, you won't get ahead. But at the time that you got out very small, it actually failed here first. You gave it that chance, right? It got here, which is just barely first target, right? Just, not a lot. And then after this goes on, it's like, let me out of this thing. I think that's the way to go, listening to the chart. It went off the template. Yes, there you go. So very different from saying, I'm just going to close at 3 pips here, yay, winning scalp, and saying, that failed, we're back, that's not good, let me get out for 3 pips. Yeah, very different. So what do we expect next on some other things, maybe? This, I'm hanging on to a piece. We'll see if it goes according to template. We have pretty similar situations, I guess. Volume-wise, this entire area doesn't give us really anything, right? What stands out is high volume here, nothing. So it's ranging structurally, right? Giving small time frame analysis so we can map things out. Let's do some other ones. This is a long ass live stream full of stuff. All right, good. Enjoy. So the volume's not giving information about strength, weakness, right? Imbalance, right? No. Structure is sideways now, right? It's not lower lows, lower highs anymore. Pretty much double bottom. High or low, if anything. So we lost that, and so we have more ranging conditions structurally, and volume is also suggesting a range. So we have 2 things now, right? Because volume is not suggesting an imbalance. So it's flat like that. The price is flat. You're truly in a range. It's not it would be very different if we had strength off the lows and all that stuff, right? None of that's going on. So this is just a sleepy price going sideways. There's balance. So how do you trade a range? What do you do? And the best things to look for is the fake break. If volume does pick up. It's not something I often take, but I'd rather have trendy conditions anyway. But if you were going to do anything here, what could you do, right? Also, when you really get into a range, let's say we stay in this range for a longer period of time, the 14 EMA just becomes kind of irrelevant. It's just a little piece of spaghetti hanging out in the middle, doing nothing. That's when all the MA crossover traders get destroyed. Looking at moving averages when you're structurally ranging. If you notice, like the longer you range, the less relevant these are. They just don't matter after a while. And of course, the high-low support resistance, that's about it. I don't even draw a fib in ranges after a while. Nah. If you suddenly had strength, then sure, fib retracement to see buyers again or something, but not in a range like this. There's no big money buying or selling. Price went sideways. That means you might finally hit the imbalance higher of sellers coming in. Is there any correlation with that level with anything else? Mm-hmm. That's kind of far away. That's kind of like a real breakout on a 5-minute to test all that. But then we can start to map it out and say, okay, if high volume comes in here on a fake break pattern, then we're mapping out coming down. If it you don't see the weakness, right, then this changes to moving up, extension of a breakout. That's all you can really do with a range, right? Is our music on? We got a little some background noise. Oh, this song. I mixed this song. This is my mix in mono. Like, what, 10 years ago or longer? Don't judge me on my 10-year-old mix, bro. In mono. Okay, we're doing it. We're doing it. And this is still 50 fib, even though we've seen it before. It's still okay. Any sellers here? Yeah. Just checking. No. Good. Should try to break the highs, and then again, if there's not huge weakness, we're going to try to break this. Really find out about sellers up here. So that's going according to template. It'd be interesting if this sets up with the short off of strength, or at least the template says that, at the same time that this does maybe a 6-minute overshoot. Sorry, did I say strength? Weakness. And then weakness here. Yeah, getting out of that EJ was a good move. Well, if the yen starts trending up, it'll be a short scalp once this comes around. Reverse scalp. Possibly, right? This is a situation exactly where you'd be potentially looking for that. This is the trade I've traded on occasion, and I'm kind of testing. The reverse scalp. I'm trying to draw it. It's very odd to draw, but I need to get it in there. You'll see. And it would be the sell here. Maybe a little later, a little lower. But that would be the reverse scalp. Little brick test action, maybe. Little entry box. Yeah. Julian, why you say yeesh? Too much analysis. I can't take it. Is that the yeesh? GU London hour trade will soon turning into a 100 pip trade or more because the market gained momentum by testing the one else for a good trade. 100 pip trade. We're up 100 pips. It could. How does that look? That was a nice one. So there's 40 pip move on the pound yen, basically, up for that. Australian dollar seems a little dead. That's why I'm not really doing anything with it. Okay, so let's apply the template. It didn't do this too well. Maybe it'll do it now. So we already know what we're looking at. It's taking a little longer than usual, right, to make its decision here. But maybe it is now. Especially if you get kind of to this point. Got your decision. As long as there's no strength, rejection, terrible close or something. So that, right, may come around, yep. And then again, we could observe this reversal trade if it just moves up instead of setting up. And then, right. So, yeah. Does this look like it wants to go up? Who knows? Rangy. News is in what? Oh my God. When's the news, people? Holy crap. It's in 6 minutes. Everybody forget? Why are we still here? Wixie, I would not enter a trade of any kind right now. The fact that I'm still in this pound going into, oh my God, this will be fun. This will be fun. I just better not get no slippage. And we're going to hit the pound interest rate decision. As I'm in a pound trade with no risk, obviously. My stop loss is right there at break even. And that didn't get us. Or it didn't get me. You guys still in it? Wixie, I know you didn't take it, right? Here it comes. Wow, some excitement. Yes, I really don't have a big position, but hey, maybe I'll get 100 pips off of it. Nothing to lose. Don't give me no slippage and blame it on news. You know what I'm saying? I'm not normally in this position here. Interest rate decision. All right, 4 minutes. Come the fireworks. All or nothing. This is, like I said, 25% of my original position with a stop at break even. So it's just fun and games. We'll see what happens. Countdown to news release music. I'll just loop the Jeopardy theme till. Trading. What do we? We're trading the interest rate decision like a broker webinar. Straddle trade. Oh God, don't do that. One second.
So you're leaving me for NJM,
Yes,
but they don't even have a mascot.
that's kind of the point.
Any predictions? What is the news prediction? It actually almost matters because I have a trade. Nothing really. Yeah, I don't really have one. Oh gosh, yen is moving. Wixie says my prediction is GBP pound will be weak. Don't say that. I'm long. I'm just kidding. Yeah, it really seems to me. I don't know. Maybe you see something. To me, it is really just a guess. Maybe weak since we trended down and didn't get any sort of accumulation down here. Besides the London hour trade strength pound driven, there was really no sort of pre-positioning for an up move or anything down here, where they could easily have done that, expecting an up move. So if things are trending down and just not hitting much strength at all, then I don't think they're expecting an up move on news. There's only two directions, right, Carmen? Could be down. I agree, Wixie. Let's see. Everything's going to drop on news. U.S. dollar and yen strength, which the yen already started taking off. Yep. U.S. dollar and yen strength. Let's see. Less than a minute. See what happens here. Oh, gosh. I might break even. I'm never in a trade on interest rate decision. Oh, no. Hey, at least we got it right, man. Whoa. Ding, ding, ding. Break even hit. Okay. Oh, my gosh. We got it right. I got my prediction in there like 2 seconds before. I'm like, okay, I agree. It's going to go down. Yep, that's why. Good stuff. But that was the logic to me, was if they're not pre-positioning long at a low price, then they must not expect an up move. There's only in two directions. Oh, okay, it's not as crazy on the others. Sometimes they all kind of get crazy. But no, it's really just the pound right now. Is this a big old trap move? Of course, nothing to do now. This is reaction to news move. The reaction to the prices. This was all going according to plan too until that. So this is a good example to see. I mean, it's interest rate decision, whatever. Could be kind of crazy for a bit. We'll see. But the principle is the same. The reaction to the new prices matter more than what happened. Yeah, it moved down. But is it going to be a fake break on extremely high volume right here, confirm strength, and trend up the rest of the day? I know it sounds crazy, but it happens all the time. Hey, look at that. It happens all the time. A lot lately. Look at the way this news dropped and then ended up doing that. Kind of been doing this a few times, right? Just saying it's possible. Can you take the trade that will form after the result? It's all kind of risky. Wixie. Risky Wixie. Normally I'll take something like that. Interest rate especially. Non-farm, right? And just say let it happen. Let the day end. And then you'll have a background for the next day. You'll have high volume in the background. And you'll have a result. Or you won't, like we've seen lately as things are slowing down. You get some high volume and then nothing happens for the next, 12 hours. It's absolutely stuck in a range. Like we were saying, right? That's the behavior of this time of year. As the later you get, you still move on news. Obviously, you're going to move. And then you just kind of range, do nothing. The only way I would trade, I mean, you could just be on the safe side and say no. But if you do take a trade, it has to be picture perfect. I don't know. A++ setup, I don't know. But yeah, probably not. It's definitely risky. And normally I'll just let it be the background. If this ends up being strength in the background going into tomorrow, I mean, it's Friday, December 16th, but same point as any other time, but maybe not do much. If that comes in as strength, then yeah, you have that in the background. So normally I just wait and see the result. And you still have the Euro version of this coming out. Hour and 10 minutes. So you probably want to be done for the day. Certainly risky. Risky whiskey. Can't say it. Even more so with the Euro stuff coming up. Even more risky. So yeah. Call it a dub on the London hour trade. Whatever else you may have got today with scalps. That should probably be it. All right, very good. So good stuff today. If you got here late, watch the stream. Intense 5-minute analysis template. So I shall end the stream. That was fun. Didn't think I'd be trading right now. Once again, here we are. Things were clean. Got the London hour trade on such a crazy day. I didn't go big, but that's cool. And we'll see what's up. Anything of interest, maybe I'll pop in the Discord as I do from time to time. But yeah, we made a profitable trade in the first hour, right? Hit the like button for that. And all the rest of the analysis. Okay, guys. We'll see. Just take it as it comes. Maybe I'll stream again in this month. Maybe I won't. Take it as it comes. Like we did today. I don't know where my chat window went. All right, cool. Very welcome, Wixie. You the man. Thanks. All right, guys. See you in the Discord. See you soon. If you made some money today, keep it. Final word.